Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Jeffrey David Inch, 23R513309A. Mr. Inch, your name?
Jeffrey Inch.
Doctor should refrain from consuming alcohol or drugs. Testing positive on March 25. You have three prior technical violations. If you plead guilty, or if you're found guilty, your probation could be revoked and you could be incarcerated on this for up to 93 days. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Did you sign the advice of rights and read and understand the rights?
Yes, sir.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all the rights, and there would not be a hearing or a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
I understand.
All right, now, you have the right to a lawyer. I'll be more than happy to give you one at public expense. Would you like a lawyer?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you. And I'm going to set you up with an attorney right now. Why don't you, John, why don't you give this one to Mr. Gates if you would?
All right.
So I'll enter a not guilty plea. You'll go talk to the lawyer and then you'll come back in front of me, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Which one did I ask you to come in on? Caressa, right? People against Joseph Allen Caressa, 23R7-12054. Your name?
Elizabeth Washington, Your Honor.
Sir?
Joseph Caressi.
So he says he was on his way home and in a weak moment, he stopped at a liquor store and bought a pint of Jaeger and drank it at home in his room, half of it.
Half of a pint.
I know,
what
I know,
bought.
half of it.
No, I didn't buy a pint. I bought a half pint.
Oh, a half pint. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. So you drank a half pint.
Yes.
Okay, so we drank a, all right. So he drank a half pint. That's where we are with it. He's had multiple violations. I'm gonna listen to you speak. It's getting serious. What would you like to tell me?
There's nothing I can really say to kind of help my case, I guess. There's no good excuse for it.
I mean, you've been at this a while now. Judge Hessen sentenced you August 1st to 23.
Yeah,
We're coming to the end.
I know.
If you can't stay clean now, I don't know how you're going to get through the program. I can't let this continue to go on. I want to just check out the other violations. So you were in here February 7th, you pled to consuming alcohol of 24. That was one charge. That was one violation. Then you had another one back in March of 24, March 14th, failure to submit to chemical testing. Then you had another failure to submit to chemical testing on July 22 of 24. Then you had was it a positive chemical test as a result of the show cause of September 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we got two positives, we got two failures to submit. Then you came back in here. Wait a minute. Did I miss one?
Yeah, I can give you a brief
Oh, I see. There were two others. It was either positive tests or failure to submit to chemical testing August 12 and August 20 of 23, right?
Those were failures. Mr. Crusty was not testing and he was not blowing into the solar.
So that was in front of Judge Hessen, and so now you've had, this is your 7th violation. What else, Lisa, Beth, would you like to tell me?
Yeah, the biggest thing that I have for you, Your Honor, as the court's aware, and just a reminder, for graduation, two big requirements that affect Mr. Crusty right now. One is the 90 days of sobriety, documented sobriety. and no major violations within 4 months. So at this point, if the court is going to allow Mr. Caressi to continue in the program and allow him to graduate on June 25th, he'll have 92 days of documented sobriety, given he stays clean and sober. However, determined by yourself, Your Honor, if you feel this is a major violation, that date then pushes him out to the possibility of graduating, let's say, July 25th, and as you just indicated, his probation expires as 2 years on August 1. So that's the biggest issue at hand, I think, for Mr. Caressi. Obviously, use is a concern. But I don't know, based on the court's determination, if you feel this is a major violation, Mr. Caressi will not graduate from the program.
I know. You're playing with fire. You really are. I've tried to be, didn't I send him to jail once? I did, didn't I?
You did.
How long?
3 days.
Obviously, that wasn't enough. I don't want to be a wise guy, but I liken this to baseball. You know, you can be considered a great hitter if you're only successful 3 out of 10 times, or 35 out of 100 times. That'd make you a 350 hitter. This doesn't work in sobriety. That's not how we do things here. I don't know what to do with you, Joseph. I'm so disappointed in you. I can't even stand it. Every time I think we've got you on the right track, you disappoint us. But you're letting yourself down. You're not letting us down. You had to make a conscious decision to pull over. You probably went out of your way to get to the liquor store. You walked into the liquor store, you bought it, you came back with it to your house, you had to open it and you had to drink it, and that's just too much.
Yeah.
What is that? What's that museum?
Umbrella, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What do you think?
I am torn. I really like Joseph. I enjoy our conversations together, got to know him very well over the last basically 2 years, including his bond phase. But at this point, I don't know. He was well aware, we talked about this in September about graduation requirements. I've been over it with him. And at this point, I think the first decision is whether or not he's going to be allowed to continue in the program. And then the second decision based on that is whether or not this is going to warrant jail time. Mr. Caressi disclosed to me this morning after status review, he's got a wonderful opportunity today at 10:30 to interview with US Steel to get the job that he's basically been hoping for and working towards. And we're standing here considering him going through that door as opposed to out the front.
What are you doing, man?
I don't know.
Come on. Come on. Jeez. I mean, I can't even tell you how disappointed I am. I thought you were on the right track. I thought you were doing the right things. Anything else you want to say?
No.
August 1, his probation would end, right?
That's correct, Your Honor. 4 months would be roughly July 5th, or excuse me, July 25th.
I'm just, I don't want to keep repeating myself, okay? I'm just so disappointed. I'm not going to impose costs. You're going to go, you're not going to graduate until July 25th. You're to serve 5 days jail. I'm going to let you go to that interview, and then you're returning here.
Okay.
Defendant to return by 1 p.m. to serve jail term. Beth, what else do you think we can do? I thought about putting him back on a sober link to make sure he doesn't do this again.
Yeah, the only thing I can determine is that he is testing. Joseph is not going to graduate from phase 4. He's going to be graduating from phase 3. And he'll remain at the 2 a week. I'm not sure if he wanted to increase that to 3 a week. At this point, it does concern me because testing is, let's say, Monday and Tuesday. Outside of a surprise test, Joseph knows he's got about 4 or 5 days in there. So I think.
Yeah, we're going to have you defendant to test 3 times per week. And defendant to pay for testing. As much as I hate to do this, you're not giving me any choice. Defendant to pay for testing until June 1st. That's what I'm doing. You'll be back here at 1 o'clock. If you get that job and they tell you you're going to start tomorrow, you still got to come and talk to me and we'll work something out.
Okay.
Last chance. Next one, you're going for good. You're done, finished, through. I'm not going to graduate you. But you got to make up your mind. What concerns me here, this isn't some exercise to get through a program. It's to make a life change. And we have wasted, you have wasted 20 months of your own time if you just are going to be waiting with bated breath to hit July 26th and so you can go out and get drunk. It's just been a big waste of time for you. I'll see you here at 1 o'clock. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jeffrey David Inch. I'm going to need 23R513309A. I'm going to need Beth on this one. I hate these sobriety court violations, Mr. Inch. Your name?
Jeffrey Inch.
Good morning, Judge. Mazen Gates up here on behalf of Mr. Inch.
All right, so what's he going to do?
Judge, this like the case, the previous case, Mr. Inch, the results were negative according to Mr. Inch, but he did admit to use.
What does he want to do? Is he going to plead guilty or does he want to have a hearing?
Did you already admit to your probation officer that?
I spoke to Ms. Wells, yes.
We'll plead guilty, Judge.
If you plead guilty here, this would be deemed a violation. And you have 3 prior technicals, you could be incarcerated. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The charge, you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol testing positive with DNA on March 25 of 25. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you test positive? The DNA on that day.
Yeah, yes, at that day.
Your name?
Elizabeth.
Was this sent for a confirmation test?
It was.
Was it negative?
It was negative.
And he told us he drank?
He advised me that he drank on March 23rd.
We're getting a lot of these lately. What's going on?
It's just under the cutoff. So it's positive on the.
No, I get
ETS,
it. I get
negative
it.
on the ETS.
I get it. I have a fundamental problem with them admitting responsibility and then the test coming back negative, the ETS. I really do. We preach honesty. Now we're going to penalize somebody for being honest. That just doesn't sit well with me. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Jeff,
I know.
I'm serious. What are you doing?
Suppose I'm thinking.
Well, but you just were in front of me for this. I've been so proud of you for getting through this
I know.
sobriety court like this, and now here you are, and you're coming to you're like the the long distance runner in the last quarter mile and you're just deciding, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna stop and drink some water, in your case, alcohol. What are you doing? I cannot believe you're doing this.
Judge, if I may, Mr. Inch is currently he's working with a recovery coach bi-weekly.
He
as
just
well
was
as-
in here with one of these. How long ago? 6 weeks, 5 weeks?
Yes.
What's going on? Yeah, I mean, you were a success story, and now I feel like you're going from there to making me kick you out of the program. You can't do this.
I understand.
Well, no, you don't, because you did it again after we just talked about it. I mean, I don't want to, I think the world of you. I'm so proud of you, and then you turn around and you do this nonsense, and you make life difficult on this end. I don't even know what to do with these guys sometimes. You know that? And I'm serious. I mean, I want to help them. They don't want help. They do want help, but they keep getting themselves in more trouble. I don't want to send them to jail when I think that they've made so much progress. But this is going back. You're going backwards now. You turn the boat around, you're going the wrong way. I don't even know what to do with him right now. I want to think all this through. I have a fundamental problem though with, I mean, either we're going to preach honesty or we're not. That's it. That's the thing. That's what's troubling me right now. I've had 3 or 4 of these in the last week. It seems like where the ETS they don't reach the cutoff on the ETS. So therefore they're negative. They've admitted to drinking, but I mean, I want to reward honesty. I don't want to punish honesty.
I know in a prior case, obviously we just had a while ago, I think Mr. Gates actually represented that other individual. We did dismiss the show cause, and that person is now on a sober link until the end of their probation period. I'm not sure if that is an option at this point in time for Mr. Inch.
Yeah, and where is Mr. Les now? If he hasn't left, I should do the same thing with him. I just have a problem with this.
Judge, Mr. Inch has an interlock device, and I believe he said he'd be willing to.
I'd be willing to use it as the same concept as a sober link, being it's already in my vehicle.
It's something I discussed with Mr. Inch this morning. I advised him that I did let him know that there have been circumstances in which the court's ordered increased testing and sober link, and him having the interlock can be treated as a sober link device, but I did discuss the pros and cons. So a vehicle's out in the parking lot while he's at work, he's going to have to make sure he goes out and blows into his interlock at that time if it's going to be in place of a sober link, which would save Mr. Inch at least some monies. I'm not sure if this particular offense is related to his gambling.
What's going on with that?
I'm doing good on that. You're still attending GA?
What's that?
Was that?
You're still attending?
Yeah, I'm still doing that. Yeah,
And he's provided proof of that, Your Honor.
I'm doing good on that part.
Judge, additionally, if I may, he's also working with a recovery coach bi-weekly. He's also attending group bi-weekly. He's got a therapist that he sees. He's going to AA 3 times a week. And he's also been prescribed some medications now by the doctor at the guidance center to help him through the alcohol dependency and the cravings.
What, like something akin to antabuse or something? or what?
He's got
Naltrexone.
naltrexone.
Okay,
Yes.
look, the problem with doing this is I don't want you to forget. If I let you go out and blow in the interlock, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Just set times for them to do that?
Absolutely. A Nationwide can actually view those blows. It doesn't take a download for them to view those. So I can speak with Josh about getting either a daily report or weekly report. At this point, definitely I recommend daily. But I can get a daily report from Josh over at Nationwide with Mr. Inch's blows into his interlock.
So you want to move to dismiss the show cause?
I can move to dismiss based on him putting it, hopefully the court being able to put into place a mechanism to help Mr. Inch be successful, Your Honor.
I'm gonna go ahead and just Show cause dismiss, motion appeal. Listen to me. Defendant to blow at time set by probation officer. Utilizing interlock instead of a sober link. Jeff, I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
make a deal with you. You do this again, you're going to jail and I'm terminating you from the program. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir. I
This
understand.
party's over. Get it out of your system.